For today's deck testing video, I wanted to do something a bit wacky yet again. So this time around, I'm playing another dragon-themed deck, but in Tribunal. And there's a lot going on here. A lot of it is really just me trying to jam in a bunch of dragons that I think could potentially be fun, and also jam in enough stuff to keep me alive long enough to play said dragons. So there's a bit of the traditional Tribunal control package in this list. We've got Javelins, we've got Ice Storms. There's surprisingly, I know this might come as a shock, like no Lightning Bolts. Instead opting for things like Devour as a one-of because it's fun with dragons, Edict of Azura, Channeled Storm because I want some removal that's a bit lower to the ground than something like Lightning Bolt. And honestly, the 4 slot was pretty crowded to begin with. But, you know, one of Immolating Blast, because why not? Again, we're kind of having fun. That in here for drawing some cards. One Spine of Elder's Blood, couple of Undyings, couple of Glacials, couple of Skeletals. Again, I kind of wanted to just run some of the non-unique dragons in, you know, 1s or 2-ofs so that you've got a toolbox if you do get our big boy dragon on the board so we can use Halls of Colossus. This time around, I'm including Parthenax along with Odahviing and Elduin in the top end because I'm running Endurance, so I can do the one of Soul Tear. So even if Parthenax comes down and whiffs the first time, you've got a backup plan. We do also still have Galen in this list because the only thing better than one Alduin is shuffling a bunch of Alduins in. Zumag here is just another way to get us copies of dragons in the discard pile for Alduin as well. I had thought about doing things like Doppelganger, but again, kind of wasn't a ton of room because there's a lot of stuff you could throw in a list like this. I am running Lookouts and Automatons and things like that for the early game as well, so this is it. Not much more to say, just wanted to say, hey, let's do some fun dragon stuff again for today's video. Much like the last dragon video I did, I don't expect this to be very good, but we're gonna have fun. So it's a deck testing video. Win or lose, we're gonna go play 2 games on the ladder. Hopefully we can at least go 1-1, you know, get a nice split. Maybe I'll surprise myself and go 2-0. I think tomorrow I'm gonna do something wacky as well. I'm leaning towards trying to make Unite the Houses work. Holy, paired up Batman. I haven't hit Legend yet this season. I know we're like 11 days in or whatever, and I'm slacking, but I haven't. But here we are, paired up against somebody who's already hit Legend and then some. When you're trying to play fun dragons, that's not a good omen. Yeah, I think tomorrow I might try to do something with Unite the Houses. The Eldmeri Dominion specifically got, in the last 2 sets, a couple of pretty fun tools to work with.
Citizen.
Now, I know this is just gonna get a dagger on it and eat it, but they didn't have a 2-drop last turn, so unless they drew on this turn, the dagger means they're not playing something. So that's kind of what you're hoping for there. Interesting. Okay. I think instead now I will go with this. Yeah, specifically Dominion got some cards in the last 2 expansions that make like skeletons and Clovian troopers in blue and in yellow willpower, and as a result, you can basically make it so that you only have to find red to pull that off. I think I want to keep this draining. Now I could develop this over here again if I wanted to further contest this. We could develop this Initiate over here if we wanted. Or we could use our last ring charge to develop this. I don't think I want to use my last ring charge. This one saturates best, so I think this is the one that we're going to go with. Also, by not playing the second Initiate, they might be a little bit more hesitant to break runes as they work their way there, but I think getting control of the field lane is going to be important.
All power
Yeah.
The light of the three.
Not exactly a shocker. Not exactly a shocker. I really wish that we had an endurance card out. I would love to get both triggers of that. So we're gonna sacrifice the drain here just to make sure this is gone, and then just develop a bigger drain. We're gonna take some damage as a result, but not much we can do about that. All right. Couple of different things we could do now. We have Devour and Channeled Storm available, but I honestly feel like taking this trade here, taking the Channeled Storm here, and this Initiate here makes the most sense as far as saturation goes. Now the downside is once you kill the Flame Atronach, if they've got the Conjurer, they can go ahead and make it, but if they don't have... Oh, that's fun. If they don't have the Conjurer, then this is the right play because you want to make it so that they also can't trigger like Mighty Conjuring very easily. So here we'll take the Drain. Finally found a endurance source if we wanted to play this, but at the moment I feel like just developing Undying Dragon makes more sense. Let's just annoy the ever-loving piss out of them by playing drain after drain after drain. Even if we lose, I just want to have gained a ton of life. Which is, again, we might play this without the ramp, just because it's fun. Zumog here has the potential to be really fun. If we end up ever firing Marak off, Zumog onto Marak could be very, very cheeky.
I have many important things on my mind.
So interesting here, because this is the summon effect of this, I could actually Zumog this, swing, it makes a 1-1, but it'll end up making a 3-1 drain in that instance. Which isn't terrible. I really want to use Zumog there, or I could just swing into drain and then play another one. Could also guard up over here, potentially. There's a lot of options. Got rid of all my willpower creatures, though. Oh, I think the Zumog is going to be the best option. Because this gets us Drain still on the board after the fact. And it also means that I can put 2 creatures here so that I can potentially trade with this Abner and get rid of it. As much as I want to be greedy with this, it also means that if we top deck a willpower creature that is cheap enough to be played, then we could play the Oathman. Oh, well, our Drain's going to be eaten by the Firebolt, but
We must protect the Night Mother.
hopefully that did its job. Alright, Garnag is annoying, but not the end of the world for us. We can always devour it if needed. But I also feel like getting this Oathman value makes an awful lot of sense. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the trade. We're gonna develop the Emperor's Blade, and then we'll go ahead and Oathman here. Gain some more health, get a guard. I think this works out a little bit better than devouring this right away. I mean, we do want to get rid of it eventually here because we're opening up Marak as an option, and potentially Alduin here. We can kill another one of our own dragons. Now, sadly, we don't have a good option for getting rid of that right now. Like, I can put a speed bump in front of it, but if they've got double lightning bolt, if they've got
Someone out there?
mace, like, there's a chance we could just be dead here. It's a lot of burst available to Battle Mage.
Careful there, friend.
Alright, well. Alduin's gonna have to do his thing. It's good timing for Alduin.
None of them can be trusted. Do you hear me?
Alright, that's potentially not great for us.
You're not as powerful as you believe.
We'll wait one turn and then maybe try to go next turn for the victory. Or get the concede, alright. Ooh, Alduin! Doing Alduin things. I love that animation an awful lot, so any excuse to play Alduin makes me feel good. And we got a victory against a very good deck in the meta right now. On my Dragon Trash, so even if we fail miserably in the next game, we have accomplished our goal. We have achieved our mission. We got one victory. Let's queue for another game here. I mean, honestly, is there anything else that you want out of a dragon deck than to get, you know, win half the time and play cool, unique legendaries like Alduin? We got to play Zumog, we got to play Marak. That was a lot of fun. Alright, we are now up against a Dominion deck. And, I mean, this looks reasonable. It gives us a curve. There's no dragons in it, but I think for what we're looking for there, it's reasonable. And we found a dragon for later.
Our foes will have nightmares about our
Alright.
foes will have
Oh,
nightmares
okay,
about
wow. That's impressive.
The stench of the living.
Let's hope they don't have anything that gives +1, and maybe we give ourselves the 2-for-1 here.
Wrong place
Well,
for a
I
midnight.
don't have a way to stop this.
The hissed shall heal.
Argument to be made about maybe instead of the Tree Minder, I could have played Channeled Storm.
Blood and red.
My power
But-
is not to be underestimated.
Usually if you can ramp, you typically kind of want to ramp. This is just going to eat a tome, but I think it's still worth it. So right now we're just trying to slow him down. We have not drawn Ice Storm. If we had an Ice Storm in hand, then I probably would have taken a different path here, but right now we just, I think, throw bodies in front of things until we get rid of them. And like I said, we'll eat a tome, exactly as predicted. We're okay with this draining, because we want to be able to drain back at some point. Speak of the devil. Yeah, sure. We're going to put this here because we can remove things over there, but potentially keep draining. So this, we hope, is a thorn in their side. May not end up being the case.
Preparations have been made for the Emperor.
Alright, like I said, may not end up being the case. Would have been a great time to find an Ice Storm, however, we did not. I could Abner the agent to steal back the drain, which is actually kind of funny. I'm going to take a lot of damage by doing this, though.
I will not be on the wrong
Unless I
side
put
of
it
this.
over here, so... Sure. We're going to steal drain. Hopefully this means this eats a couple of trades. Not drawing Ice Storm. We didn't find it last game either. Not drawing Ice Storm is kind of a big deal when you're on these, like, control late game lists. Channeled Storm, sure, but we want a chillier storm. An icier
I
storm.
have no patience for fools. No quarter.
And those are still not ice storms. That is kind of funny, though. And, I'll take it. We're in a dangerous position, though. They've pushed a lot of damage. They're going to push us down to at least 8 here with the ring. If they have double lightning bolt, we could just be dead. Monk Strike plus Swift Strike will also get the job done very, very easily for them. And there it is. Okay, so doesn't matter. We won one. We lost one. And both were very good decks that we played against. This is unfortunate because that's 2 straight games where we just didn't see Ice Storm as well, which also makes me second guess myself about whether I even put it in. But there it is. There's the Ice Storm. We just never saw it. And sometimes that happens. But hey, we won a game. I had fun. And I think tomorrow I might try some Unite the Houses shenanigans. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. And until next time, may you walk on warm sands.